Okay, an honest assessment of the situation. I have to be honest, this crash coming up I find very embarrassing, and I nearly edited it out of my video as if it never happened. Keeping it in is a difficult decision from a public point of view and a personal point of view. You see, some of my family watch this channel, and although they don't agree with my decision to ride a motorcycle, I've always managed to convince them that I'm safe. Now they're going to watch this, and although it's not a serious crash in which I'm hurt, I know they will start the lectures anyway. From a public point of view, I know that I'm opening myself up to a lot of criticism. I have to admit that if this video was on another channel, I too would be questioning the rider's skill level. Truth is, I consider myself to be a decent rider with a history of riding going back over 40 years. Ironically, some of this experience is off-road riding and trials. It just goes to show that one moment of distraction or a lack of concentration can end up like this. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not making excuses. The blame for this is totally my own fault. It could have been so much worse, and apart from feeling embarrassed and shook up, both me and the bike are okay. You may be wondering then why I decided to upload this video. Honesty? Transparency? I don't really know. I just wanted to show that if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. It's a simple mistake. But if it happens to you, hopefully, it won't be being filmed and nobody will see it.
Towards Dinas. Not suitable for HGVs.
So I was riding the bike away from Lake Vyrnwy, and the day so far was great. There was nothing to suggest it was going to be any different than any other day.
For a while.
We set off up a single track road which was covered in grit and stone, some of which was pretty big. It looked like recent rain had washed some of this onto the road, but even so, it's nothing we haven't encountered before, so I thought nothing of it. For someone who's been riding a while and always stayed safe, my motto being ride to the conditions, always concentrate and keep your eyes on the road, I was about to get a wake-up call. When you least expect it, things go wrong quickly and your day can be ruined.
To yourself and just get your foot down all the way around. Well, you're joking, you've no chance. Especially when on a sunny day where it's going to be busy. Shit. Well, that went wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I was getting out of it. I thought I'd done it, but the stand down.
Yeah.
How's the engine looking?
Alright, yeah.
That was bad, that. I went through them stones, that's what sent me.
I thought that, and then you seemed to start when you went into here.
Jesus. Wow.
We're on calendar footage.
Yeah. Better move, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm gonna... Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh dear. Have to be more careful, I think.
As you can see, both me and the bike got off lightly. But let's rewind back to the first mistake and let's go over it.
Especially when on a sunny day where it's going to be busy.
So at this point, everything's fine. The road is clear. I'm riding away from the outside edge and the middle where all the crap is, and I'm riding on that foot of good space on the left. My first mistake is the speed. I accelerate to just short of 30 mph as I hit the stones. Too fast for the conditions. As I come over the brow of the hill, I start playing with the visor on my helmet. This sends me into the deep rubble in the middle of the road. Going through the big stones, I totally lose grip with the road. Just before I drop off the tarmac, I make a last-ditch attempt to make a swerve to the left, try to lean the bike. It's too late, I'm in the ditch. The ditch is deeper than it looks, and it's full of holes and rocks. The suspension on the bike totally bottoms out, and then the front wheel bounces up in the air. Next thing you know, I'm on my side.
Shit.
We're on a hill, and it's a lot steeper than it looks. My first concern is any traffic coming, then I try and lift the bike. You can see how steep the hill is the way Jonathan runs up the hill. The bike alone is 260 kilos. With all the camping gear on, it's well over 300 kilos, and it's uphill. It's a difficult lift.
I thought I were getting out of it, I thought I'd done it, but... The stand down?
Yeah.
How's the engine looking?
My left knee was really hurting, but I was more concerned about the bike.
That were bad, that. I went through them stones, that's what sent me.
I thought that, and then you seemed to start it out when you went into here.
Jesus. Wow.
At this point, all I want to do is have a sit down and just chill out for half an hour. But the bike is in the way. I need to move, and there is nowhere to park. I just need to get going. So with a really sore left knee and shaky legs, I start to move the bike.
Yeah.
I realise I can't move it on the hill. It's too heavy. So I decide to ride it. As I get in with shaky fingers on the clutch, I roll backwards, back towards the ditch, before giving it some revs to get up the hill.
Wow.
Looking back now, this was really stupid. I have zero concentration now. I'm shook up, adrenaline rushed, shaking, my knees hurting. My mind is just playing the accident over and over in my mind. I'm at risk of another accident. This was pretty stupid. I should have pulled over and took a break.
Yeah. I knew we were in trouble as soon as the spike started going, and then I seemed to correct it, and I thought, oh, and then it went down that bump, and it just, I don't know, the bike just went to the left all at one go. I thought we were coming out. I don't know. Oh well, he's travelling.
Only now I realise my mirror isn't straight. Zero concentration, and now I'm messing with the mirror.
Did you get it on video? Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't get hurt. Oh, there's more shit here. Tell you what, I'm glad I've got them engine bars on. Whoa, my heart were racing then.
All shook up, negotiating this road, with a drop to the left as I go. It's not ideal, is it? I look back and think to the accident and thought, what would have happened if I went left instead of right?
Yeah, I hope you have got it on film, because we better show it from two different angles, on board and behind. Yeah. way of doing it. I'm surprised I've not got any lights on my dash saying there's a problem or something, but nothing. I seem to have got away with that one. Yeah, just going a little bit too fast, and that's all it takes, you see. At slower speed, you're alright. Scaring sheep. My first bike crash. Hopefully my last. There's a car coming there. You'll go in this spot here. I'll just... yeah. Just... careful getting off here now. Aye, hazards everywhere.
I was still concerned about the health of the bike. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Will breakdown come out here? I don't know. I keep checking the dash. I keep looking at the engine. I keep listening to the engine. Convinced there's got to be something wrong. Paranoia kicking in.
Another belting little road, isn't it? If you can keep your bike the right way up. Keep playing it over in my head, you know what happened? Keep playing over, you know, what I should have done different, but I don't know, it happened that quick. I went from being, oh, I'm getting out, to being on the floor like in blink of an eye, and I didn't get a chance to adjust or anything. I just, next thing, my knee, I felt my knee hit the floor, and no, only my knee hit the floor, and then I stood up. I'm more worried about the bike. I thought, I looked round and I thought, what I don't want to see now is a load of bloody oil.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I thought if there's any sort of a wet patch now, I'm in trouble. To keep an eye on it today. I know, yeah. There's some other bikers here. Look at this view here. Epic. Do you want to stop here and get a picture of your bike with that in background? Oh jeez, I can't believe that, me. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I got away with that. I expected it, honestly. Panniers, everything.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Jeff. I was like, shit, there's a van coming. Oh, I don't see that. Best bit of footage you could have ever had, that.
Jonathan has just realised he didn't get my crash on film.
We'll get gone. I don't know what these are here. Yeah. Another hole. Back to Bala. We're going down here. Look at that for a view. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I'm not surprised he's pushing his bike up this one. Crikey. It is steep. Be knackered pushing your bike up, let alone riding it up. That's a hell of a drop. That's a view and a half. There's a car in distance. We'll pull up, get out of the way at the cattle grid, I think.
Just when I think my mind is away from the crash and I'm starting to think back to normal, I was wrong. Coming up is a ridiculous mistake I thought would never happen to me.
Let them go. Alright. Oh, what was... No, I'm not. You know, I didn't give it enough width, did I? I am having a bad day. Jesus Christ, what am I doing today? Honest to God. I think I need to go and have a lie down. This trip in Wales is going to be memorable for a few reasons. Some good, some not so good. Wow, this is steep. Mega steep, that. Heading back out of town. Looks like the road's changed here, so don't rely on... Hello, what's going on here now? I don't know, I'm all confused. What the hell? Well, sat-nav said straight on, but obviously it's a new layout. I'm confused the hell out of that for a minute. Yeah, a lot of work in that. They didn't build that in 5 minutes, did they? We're going left. Oh, stay away from wall with your bloody panniers show. Oh, I tell you, I just set the route home. Thing is, on them kind of roads, that's the chance you take, I suppose. There's always that chance when you're going on loose gravel and stuff. Loose gravel, it's the nightmare for bikers. I keep looking back in my mind going, why did I end up in the ditch? Why didn't I just steer away? But like I say, it's like you got target fixated with the ditch and then end up in it. Absolute nuts. Nice roads, twisties. No gravel. How the hell do you pronounce that? Quirt. That's just random. No idea. That's just random. Something else not made it. Another pheasant. Another pheasant. Crikey. I'm surprised any left in Wales. On this trip, honestly, well into double figures of dead animals at side of road. Pretty sad sight, but I don't think I've ever seen as many on one trip. I don't want that on my conscience. There's another one there, I think a red jog on corner. Or something. I don't know what's that. It's a random place for a post box, isn't it?
Well, this was a morning I'd like to forget. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. The great views and the great roads were spoiled by the fact that, on my mind, all I could think about was falling off and then smashing my pannier on the cattle grid. Not good. But that's behind me now, and all we can do in the next video is carry on without accident. So it's time for a lie down and get my nerves reset and my brain back in order, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.